Alright guys, we're here talking the difference between Coinbase and Robinhood. Hands down, I would say Robinhood is the clear winner here because Coinbase has so many fees, or you could buy a $35 monthly subscription to minimize, if not completely get rid of those fees. But Robinhood has no fees. There is one benefit from Coinbase is you can trade any time of the day. It doesn't matter on any stipulations. Robinhood is a little bit different because if we look at the low stuff, like the 4-cent shares, I could not officially buy a decimal point. Like if I wanted to buy 0.1 share, it will not let me because there is not enough money on the market price to give a partial share. That being different from Coinbase because you can put any number in that you want. But I think this is actually saving you overall because if you buy such a small amount of shares for such a small price, you're never going to make any money. So backing that up, we'll go to profile and look at one more stipulation, is the day trading. So if you buy a stock on one day, like 528, or I did UAA, and you sell it on 528, like I did, it counts as a day trade. And for every 5 business days, you can do 3. They did limit this because if everyone did this every single time, it would just eventually crash the stock market. And they're trying to give people a chance to make a quick buck, but not affect the stock market in a major way. So that's a bonus. And then if we look into market buying versus market selling, I actually wish I had some buying power to actually do a full demonstration, but we'll have to go with what I can do at the moment. And yeah, so we're going to take this for example as the 0.0394. We're going to start that with a base. It's on a downtrend. That will come in handy later on the calculation. But if we do 10 shares of that, we're going to spend 39 cents, which means it needs to raise up to 0.4 or 0.04 for us to make even a penny profit on 10 shares. With that being said, if we review this order, your pending order, if executed, will execute at a limit price of 0.0413. So the price that we might want to sell it at, and even higher, is the price that we could be buying it at. So when you're buying stocks or selling stocks, do not buy in shares off of the market. Because even though it says limit order there, it is not truly a limit order. We need to go to conditional orders, go to limit order, type in the 0.0393 that it is now. And if you back out, always make sure you go back into limit order. So 0.0393 for 10 shares. We're spending 39 cents. And we're going to review this order. And at the bottom, you see the difference now is your pending order, if executed, will execute at 0.0393 or better, which means it could it could buy at 0.037. It could buy at 0.0391. You never really know. And with 10 shares, that's not going to make a huge difference because it's not the biggest change. Now, if you do want to buy, say, 100 shares or even 1,000 shares, let's look into that. So limit order 0.0393. And we're buying 100 shares, you're spending $3.93, which I cannot review it to show you that it's going to buy it at that specific price because I don't have that amount available for buying power. But basically, so now every time that 393 changes, it could go 394. if you've been holding it for a week and it hasn't went above 0.0394 and you're seeing it sit there, go ahead and sell it, make your 1 cent profit, or even have a couple cent loss if you really just want to give up on it, and it's no big deal. The only time you really lose is if the stock doesn't come back up, but that is obvious. So when you're buying and selling, always do a limit buy, limit sell, because it will guarantee you a more consistent price. Now, if you're big baller spending $60,000 on one share for Bitcoin and it's fluctuating a couple dollars at a time, but you are wanting to cash it out after a couple $100 change, it's really not going to affect you to do the market buy. If anything, it might be better, because if you do a limit buy barely below the price that it is, it may not actually drop to that price and just take off on you. So you always have a chance to miss with the limit buys, which is why I say go in with the exact price that it showed on the screen at that moment. You can set it lower to try to make a few extra cents here or there for the budget buyers. This will also help you prevent from buying and selling on the same day, because if you have a limit to buy at 2 cents under what it is, it may take a day, it may take 3 days for it to go through, and then when it finally does, you're going to wait 1 day or however long. If you have a day trade available and it jumps right back up, go ahead and make that sale and make that profit. With that being said, have fun, good luck, and the next video we will be looking at is how to calculate how much you're buying, how much you're making, and the best numbers to use on that.